Hello and welcome, my lovely Virgos. This is your weekly Cartomancy reading for July 1st through July 7th, 2019. This is a general reading and will not apply to all my Virgos. Me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, and action, nurturing ourselves and others, nurturing our dreams and callings. Last week's energy was all about that Mercury and Leo. It was kind of a quiet week for changing energies with mental confidence, those big grand goals, that strength and drive for Mercury. And quite a week for me. Lots of strength and power for my fire signs. But this week is energy galore. On the first, we have Mars entering Leo. This is that freedom of expression. It's the kind of energy that boxers like. I love that quote. And then on the second, we have a new moon in Cancer. Set your intentions, dream the big dreams. It is this joyous maternal energy, this nurturing energy. There's a total solar eclipse with that makes time bend and future possible. It makes everything that we need, the work and the people, the right work will find us. We also have Venus in Cancer. Venus moving into Cancer, that's all about displays of affection, not necessarily public PDA, public displays of affection, but just displays of affection. And of course, on Sunday, we have Mercury going retrograde. This happens 3 times a year, team. Let's not panic about it. This is a tougher one just because of all that leaning energy driving us. But Virgos, I don't think you need to worry about it much. Let's see what we have for the energy coming into this week. Just make sure we listen. It'll slow down that Mercury chaos, and it'll also make communication better. All right, what energies are we coming into this week? My Virgos, I have the 3, a little heartbreak. Things just ain't the way you want them to be, so you're going to have to do something new. This is tough, Virgo. This is tough energy. 3 of Spades is definitely, you're brokenhearted about something. 5 of Hearts is disappointment. It's things not being the way you want them to be. It's a little controlling, my Virgo, so you need to release and relinquish some control. A 5 of Hearts means that you're kind of in control, but you're in control in making things the way you want them to be, instead of the way they need to be for your success. And so you're starting a new beginning in love with that Ace of Hearts. It's a new concept of love. It is that dreamy, desirous energy. It's the realizing that something is wrong in Denmark. And that Ace of Hearts, you need to start over. It's paired along with that 2 of Swords. You did have the Ace of Swords, and you're coming into the energy this week. And so the 2 of Swords is kind of that fear of moving forward, that fear of making a decision, that knowing that you have to do this. Change is happening no matter what you do. 5 of Hearts is also change happening and movement happening, something that's going to disappoint you, but it's still going to happen. You can't change that, so you need to make changes accordingly. This is my King of Diamonds card. That is you, my Virgos, ending up the week. That's your energy ending up the week. Something's happening. You really don't have control over it. You're trying to with the 5 of Hearts, but you don't. You shouldn't. You need to let it go. You just need to let it go. Oof, too many cards. You just need to let it go, man, Virgo. I know that's really hard for my Virgos to let it go. Very bulldog energy with my Virgos when they don't want to let something go. If I dismiss Spirit, Queen of Hearts in reverse, 2 of Hearts upright, 5 of Diamonds upright, and 10 of Hearts upright. This message is you need to be sweeter. You are not being very sweet. Okay, you need to be sweeter in what you're doing, but you don't need to be that sweet in the presentation of it. How about that? That's what that is telling me. 2 of Hearts is just a new, again, Ace to a 2. You did an Ace of Swords to a 2 of Swords prior in earlier cards. Now you're doing Ace of Hearts to a 2 of Hearts. This is you. Just, it's a new beginning in love. You know, this is like a force thing. This feels kind of like a little bit like a tower, like you got to do the work. This 5 of Diamonds is doing work. I think this is work on yourself, Virgo. This is you really deciding what your 10 of Hearts is. This isn't you getting your 10 of Hearts. It's in the advice section, unfortunately, but it's from Spirit. Spirit says this is the direction to your 10 of Hearts. You can be firm, yet gentle, yet loving. Very motherly, nurturer. It's take out a little bit of that toughness, that little hardness of you, because when you do the work, you're going to get your 10 of Hearts. Your 10 of Hearts is something that you can have, but you have to do some emotional changes. You have to do some value changes. You need to think about what really matters. A lot of my Virgos, they tend to think about everything as being important, and everything is not important. Everything is not a drill. Yeah, another 5. This is your third 5. 5 of Swords this time. This is work and communication. Work and change. I think these are working cards. This is you putting in work. And a 7 of Hearts. You really have to take control of your emotions. They're dragging you along here. I feel like you're getting dragged along through this, Virgo. You're not really making a lot of movement because you need to change your perspective. You need to start over on a few things. You have a lot of work to do in terms of where you stand on things. But it's not work. It's not individual work. It seems like work, communicating with others and working with others. There's just, because you have heartbreak just because of the way you've been speaking to others. Is what Spirit is telling me, that you're, yeah, you need to take control of yourself with this 8 of Clovers. You need to heal some things. You've had to defend yourself about a lot of stuff, but this Jack of Earth means you need to ground it. You're kind of living in a little unreality in terms of how you see yourself or how others see yourself, how you think others see you. You're just not living in a basis in reality, so you're not. So you keep fighting everyone. You think everybody's after you. You think you've been through the pain already. You've got a lot of pain. This is like a lot of self-hurt. 7 of Hearts. You've got the 7 of Hearts too here. That's a lot of self-hurt. That's a lot of self-realization about your responsibility for your own pain, your own heartache. And then this is the King of Fire. This actually came upside down. And you need to walk in your own path. You're not doing it. You're not walking your path. This feels like you're, this is the kind of energy this is the kind of energy of you reacting to others and bouncing off of others, deciding what you're going to do based on what other people are doing, and you need to stop that. That's what this is. This is asking you to initiate some actions yourself. You're working a lot with others, but I don't see until the 5 of Clovers comes out, you're not going to feel good, my Virgos. And that's why you have heartache, because you can only advise, and you can only suggest and give information. You cannot make people do things, and you cannot make decisions for them. And if you have been, it's just really creating a big headache for yourself. You need to start standing in your own self, goals, desires, dreams, and movements. There's a flip card in here. Hold on. The 8 of Diamonds. Yep. You got to cut that out. 9 of Swords to the 10 of Hearts. Again, you're not happy because of things you bring into your, things you allow into your life. You're not happy because, yeah, another ace, another new start. You need to just start moving your life towards your own. This is like a full shift spiritual. If you, some of you, and I do mean some of you, like 3 or 4 of you might die this week and come back. That's a lot, 3 or 4 of you. Or a total baptism. Total baptism by fire. A whole change. The way you live your life now is not how you can live your life after this week, because something's going to happen. And it's going to create a lot of work for you, but Spirit is asking you, it's got to be all for yourself. Self-nurturing. Self-nurturing. Ooh, those sirens. That's kind of scary. You gotta take care of yourself. I mean, seriously, this is like, you're gonna have a victory in value. It's baptism. You're gonna have some kind of baptism this week, and I'm talking like initiated completely into something new. Let me see, you have no jacks in your spread here, but you do have so it's not, yeah, you do have a Jack of Earth. This is really hefty change for you. Three of Diamonds. Spirit is now talking about you coming out of that moment. You're going to have a moment where you're going to have to face your mortality. You may not die and come back, but you will face your mortality in some way. And when you come back, it'll all be about work, working with others, 3s and 5s. 3s and 5s, 9s and 6s. Yep. 3s and 5s, 9s and 6s. 6 of Hearts, 9 of Hearts. 9 of Hearts is a wish come true, but you're going through another victory. A baptism, a dramatic change. And I have the 7 of Swords. Absolute truth. Absolute truth is what you're going to be going through. If something happens that basically, it's like when you have a near-death experience, or you've been through cancer screening and you've got your final answer. I've been through this. It changed everything for my life. Everything. My life is not the same as it was before. And the 5 of Hearts, keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. You've got to get out of this 5 of Hearts to the 6 of Hearts. You're wavering in some of this energy because it's hard. Because when you do go through something like this, something so dramatic like this, it's almost like you have to reorder your life. You can't go on living the way you have gone before. But this is good. It's not going to be an awful change. It's going to be like, so when you go through a life or death situation, you face your mortality. The time moves differently. You can hear the wind, the breeze blow. You cannot sleep with a room closed up because you feel like you're boxed in from the world. It's just, you will change. Everything changes. Your perspective on changes. What you allow. 9s are a lot about making room for things because you release the bullshit. You just let things go, and you just, so you can move forward in love and go to that completion. You must empty your pockets of rocks to move forward. And this is kind of like that energy. Like after you go through that, you're like, I don't know. It's like when you find out you're pregnant and you like, you know, you have $500 in the bank. Now you know what to do with that $500 in the bank because you have a baby coming. It's not like you are, you know, you're wondering anymore. You know exactly what path you're going to move down and the kind of expectations and energies you're going to have to put into that. Another 6. But this is a 6 of individualism. This is a win, a personal win. It's, you're able to defend yourself in your position. And this is, 6s are like, the reason I'm talking about a baptism and a major life change too is because 6s are like the natural order. After you've come through a motion and a change in a battle of a 5 card, you're going to fall into the 6. And 6 is basically whatever happened, it's fallout. It's whatever happened in the 5 you're going to have to deal with. You know, if you drank a gallon of water when you were in the 5s, you're probably going to have to pee when you hit the 6. I know that's very minimal, but it's true. It's just if you if you pulled a gun out in 5, you know, somebody's going to the hospital or somebody's dying in 6, or you're dealing with those injuries. So it's 6s are like the natural order, cause and effect. It's what follows just absolutely naturally, and you're coming into that, and you're coming into that energy of oh, I know where everything goes now that this has happened to me. You know, it's like Christmas season coming around, and you know where to put the tree, you know where to hang the stockings. It's just there's a sense of knowing, almost as if you've been through it before, but it's under a new light. It's under the light of acceptance and surrender. All right, I have the King of Fire and the Queen of Hearts here. This energy is just, this is you interacting with a couple. For some reason, the King of Fire is a woman, and this Hearts is a man. But you're letting go of them, actually. It was the biggest worry you had. They could be your kids. I think it's a couple, though. And, but it's somebody you're letting go of that worry for them, that energy to, like, yeah, you got other work to do. Five of Swords. You have other work to do. You're cutting that off because it's not really your business anyway. And you really shouldn't be paying attention to so many other people when you're not doing so well. Seven of Clovers. That is you really thinking about it, looking for a solution. I feel like you're not out of the woods on this. I do think it's some kind of illness, a car accident, a plane crash. I mean, not even a plane crash, like skidding off the runway. It's a moment where you lose your breath because you're going to feel like, that could have been this, this, and this. My life could have turned left, but I'm so still going right or moving forward. It is that sense of just, good golly, that could have been ... We are, by the grace of God, Jack of Fire. You be ready to defend yourself, ready to fight this. You be ready to go in, like, you're ready. You're ready to start taking action. A lot of decisions to make, a lot of things to think about, but it's like a hang on, Virgos, because you're going to go through something big this week, and it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be like that moment where everything kind of lines up and you know which way to go. And you know what's going to happen next. And but it's got such a surrendering energy to it that you're going to be ready for whatever's next, because you know, you have a sense of knowing, a very good sense of knowing. It's very sweet too. All right, Virgos, I hope that was something to help you out. Just take a deep breath, breathe through it, and remember to listen through that Mercury retrograde. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, comment, and donate if the spirit moves you. The link and is in for my PayPal is in the box below. Also, have a great week, my Virgos.